So we had a Democratic congressman in Jamaal Bowman decide to pull the fire alarm in just moments before the House was going to vote on a bill to fund the government for a short period of time. Now, his office claims in a letter they released that it was by mistake, stating in the letter that he thought it would actually open the door, which even CNN was like, how exactly do you pull the fire alarm by mistake? Watch.
To all the antics we saw up on Capitol Hill earlier today, I guess somebody pulled a fire alarm. Democratic Congressman Jamaal Bowman is under investigation for pulling a fire alarm in the House Cannon office building. Bowman's was identified by security footage, and his office says this was just an accident. You know, I don't know how you accidentally pull in a fire alarm, SC, but I mean, and all kidding aside, they are taking this somewhat seriously. This is no joking matter up on Capitol Hill, as juvenile as it sounds.
Yeah, at best it's childish. At worst, this is obstruction of Congress or obstruction of an official proceeding. Those are real things. And I don't know if he did this intentionally, and we'll have to wait to see. And we certainly shouldn't impugn him before we know more. We know he pulled it. He admits that. Why is the question. If it was intentional, that's real serious.
Meanwhile, Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling on the arrest and prosecution of Jamaal Bowman, saying that if the DOJ decided to prosecute January 6 participants, he should as well for interrupting an official proceeding. Watch.
No, I want to talk about Jamaal Bowman pulling the fire alarm. Capitol Police are questioning him right now because it's on video. That he violated the exact same law that January 6th defendants are being prosecuted for every single day. He violated the exact same law, interrupting an official proceeding, and by pulling a fire alarm. It's on video, and the Capitol Police have the information.
Did you see?
This is outrageous. They have it on video.
Have you seen the video?
I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm going to be demanding it. I'm demanding that the Department of Justice prosecute him the same way they prosecuted January 6th defendants. It's the exact same law. Exact same law. This is outrageous. He's a Democrat representative. Here's what happened. Catherine Clark, the whip, called the motion to adjourn, and within, I don't know, a few minutes, it was literally right after that, Jamaal Bowman pulls a fire alarm while the vote was happening. You guys, this is unprecedented. The Democrats will do anything to make sure it's shut down because billions of dollars are not going to their favorite country, Ukraine. I mean, you guys really, so Olivia Beavers has tweeted it. This is the law. This is the law. Otherwise obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding or attempts to do so shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. This is the law that January 6th defendants are being locked up, they're rotting in jail, and they're being prosecuted every single day. Non-violent offenders are being put in jail for this.
You took a video over there. Did you happen to catch like a part of it, or I saw you posted a video on Twitter? Did you catch a part of it?
Look, it's being reported everywhere. You can ask go ask the Capitol Police about it. I'm demanding the video. House admin has already reported it. They have seen the video. It's just unbelievable. He's a representative breaking the law.
And she might just have a point there. I mean, it's one thing to be like maybe 8 years old in elementary school and pulling the fire alarm as some sort of prank, but when you're 47 years old, you're making, let's say, $186,000 that he is, and he's an elected official in Washington, D.C., pulling the fire alarm isn't exactly a funny prank. I mean, even if you aren't interrupting an official proceeding, just being 47 years old and pulling the fire alarm, I mean, that's a little bit immature for one, but for two, intentionally interrupting the vote on the government funding bill, well, that, in my opinion at least, should absolutely have some real consequences. And here is House Speaker Kevin McCarthy saying just that. Watch.
I was really appalled of watching Democrats' actions today to delay it to get to a shutdown. But when we found that an individual elected to Congress would pull a fire alarm, that's a new low. We watched how people have been treated if they've done something wrong in this Capitol. It'll be interesting to see how he is treated on what he was trying to obstruct when it came to the American public. With that, I look forward to your very open and optimistic questions that you have been asking this entire time. You know, I think ethics should look at this, but this is serious. When you think of how other people are treated when they wanted to come in and change the course of what was happening in this building. And did he deny he did it when it's on tape? And I'm going to have a discussion with the Democratic leader about it, but this should not go without punishment. This is an embarrassment. You're elected to be a member of Congress. You pulled a fire alarm in a minute of hours before the government being shut down, trying to dictate that government would shut down? What's going through a person's mind like that? But we will find the right ability to deal with this. Yes.
So it will be interesting to see here if Bowman does decide to resign, but at the end of the day, I highly doubt he will because he's making a good amount of money in Congress. I believe it is $174,000. I did mention it was around $186,000, but I believe for House of Representatives, it is $174,000 per year, which quite frankly is a pretty cushy job considering he doesn't really do a whole lot in DC. And of course, it's also not all that surprising that we have networks like CNN deflecting from the situation, referring to Trump and saying that if a Republican did this, Republicans would be praising them and not calling for their prosecution. Watch.
So I've interviewed Congressman Bowman a couple times, and he's, I know him, and I would say this: if you're a person, a pundit, the internet is actually losing its mind about this right now, and conservative pundits are furious. And the people who were completely silent about Trump's 91 criminal indictments are ready to just lock the congressman up for pulling a fire alarm. So I'm just going to say this here, which is, look, it's not good to pull a fire alarm, especially during a vote. And, that is not okay. And this should not happen. But if you have been completely silent, I mean, there was a congressman who said there was nothing wrong with a MAGA congressman who said there was nothing wrong with what happened on January 6th. He posted a photo holding handcuffs and said, "We're coming for you, Congressman." So I'm going to say that these people are in no position to try to lock someone up for pulling a fire alarm.
S.E.?
You're right. I mean, they have no leg to stand on, and I make this point all the time, right? If you weren't outraged about all the stuff that Trump was alleged to have done, the stuff we know Trump has done, you really don't have any business being outraged by anything, frankly, that Democrats do.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Will he resign? Will he be prosecuted? I highly doubt either. And I really don't think anyone should be above the law. It doesn't matter whether it's an American citizen. It doesn't matter whether it's someone in Congress. I believe that everyone should be prosecuted equally, and quite frankly, everyone should. But unfortunately, some people are above the law, but now that they're going out and prosecuting a former president, perhaps they shouldn't really hesitate on prosecuting a Democratic congressman or a Republican congressman or whoever really. If we're going to be going after former sitting U.S. presidents, then really we should be going after everyone as well, as long as they're committing a crime. And I'll just leave it at this. He actually posted a tweet. I'm not sure when this was, but he did say that no one in this country is above the law. And I'll leave it at that. So hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.